Hi everyone, in this video I want to explain a C program to display prime numbers within the given range. It is very important program. I want to explain each and every point very clearly. Please don't by heart anything. Try to understand each and everything. See the question, write a C program to display prime numbers present within the given range and also display total number of prime numbers in that range. See input, starting value is 1, ending value 10. What will be the output? Prime numbers from 1 to 10. 2, 3, 5, 7. How many prime numbers are present from 1 to 10? Total 4 prime numbers. Before writing this program, you have to know what is a prime number. First of all, you should know what is a prime number. If any number is a prime number, then it has only two factors. Okay. If any number has only two factors, then it is called a prime number. Means, for suppose take 2, number 2. What are the factors of 2? 1 is a factor of 2 and 2 is factor of 2. 1 and 2 are factors of this number 2. Only 2 factors. So, this 2 is a prime number. 2 is a special type of a prime number because it is even prime. Remaining all are odd primes. Suppose take 3, number 3. What are the factors of 3? 1 and 3. Factor means if we divide this number by this 1, 3 by 1, completely cancelled. Okay, remainder is 0. So, this 1 is a factor of this 3. Again same, 3 by 3, completely cancelled, remainder is 0. So, 1 and 3 are factors of this 3. 2 is not a factor of 3 because 3 by 2, remainder is 1. So, remainder is not 0. That's why 2 is not factor of 3. 3 has only two factors. One is 1 and other one is 3. If any number has two factors, means 1 and itself, then that is called a prime number. See here number 2, 1 and itself. See number 3, 1 and itself. So, these two are prime numbers. And what is the next number? 4. What are the factors of this 4? 1 and 2 is also a factor and 4 is also a factor. How many factors? 3 factors. So, 4 is not a prime number because it has more than 2 factors. Take 5. 5 is a prime number because 1 and 5. These two are factors of this 5. Take 6. What are the factors? 1, 2, 3 and 6. 1, 2, 3 and 6. 4 factors are there for this number 6. So, 6 is not a prime number. This is about a prime number. Now see, what will be the logic to find this prime number? Logic. For each and every number we are starting from 1 up to that particular number. See, 1 to 2. Here 1, 3. 1 to 4. Here 1 to 6. Here 1 to 5. We are dividing the given number by 1 and 2, 3 and so on up to that particular number. For suppose take n. N is a number. Divide this n by 1, by 2, by 3, by 4 and so on up to n particular number. If it has only 2 factors means 1 and itself, then this n will be prime number. Otherwise, not a prime number. See here what is the logic. Take a number, find out the factors of that particular number. If the factors are only 2, then that particular number is a prime. Otherwise, that is not a prime number. In this particular program, we are not checking the given number is a prime or not. We are checking the numbers, prime numbers present within the range. Okay. So, we have to take two inputs, N1 and N2, from 1 to 10 in the given input. In the question, in the input, N1 value is 1 and N2 value is 10. N1 and N2. we have to find out the prime numbers present in between this range 1 and 10. So first of all, you have to check this 1. Next, 1 will be incremented 1 unit, 2. We have to check 2. We have to check 3. We have to check 4 and so on. For suppose take a number 1. What are the factors for this number 1? Only 1 is a factor. So it is not a prime number. Take a number 2. What are the factors for this number 2? 1 and 2. So this is a prime number because number of factors are only 2. Take 3. How many factors are there? 1 and 3. So this is also a prime number. Take 4. 1, 2, 4. Number of factors are 3. So this is not a prime number. Take 5. How many factors? 1 and 5. Only 2 factors. So this is prime. 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. This is not a prime number. 7. 1 and 7. This is a prime number. 8. What are the factors? 1, 2, 4, 8. So this is not a prime number. 9. 1, 3, 9. This is also not a prime number. 10. This is also not a prime number because factors are 1, 2, 5 and 10 itself. So this is also not a prime number. To check this particular number is a prime or not, individual numbers are primes or not, you have to find out the number of factors. So to find these number of factors, use one loop. I want to use a for loop. This is inner for loop. To check each and every number factors, use one for loop. And again we have to increment this particular value also because we have to find out the prime numbers present within the range. For this one, use another for loop. This is outer for loop. For this particular program, we have to use a nested for loop. Nested means one for present inside of another for loop. Then that is called nested for loop. See, nested for loop syntax. For initialization, semicolon, here condition, here incrementation or decrementation, depends upon this initialization and condition. Bracket open, next for loop, here initialization, again condition, but suppose condition 2, here also incrementation or decrementation, bracket open, and number of statements, bracket close, and here for loop closing. You may have statements in this area also, means after brace open. This is the syntax of nested for. One for loop present inside of another for loop. This is called nested for loop. What will be the execution of this for loop? First of all, initialization is done. After initialization, control comes to condition. Okay, this is first step. If this condition is true, control comes to here. If this condition is true. After execution of these particular statements, control comes to here. Initialization. Okay. After this initialization, condition will be checked. After this initialization, control comes to this condition. If this condition is true, then control comes to here. All these statements will be executed. After execution of these statements, control comes to inner for loop incrementation. Okay. First one, this is a second step, and this is a third step, this is fourth step, and this is fifth step. Control comes to incrementation of inner for loop. After incrementation, control comes to condition. This is a sixth step. If this condition 2 is again true, then control comes to these statements. Again, control goes to incrementation. This is a repetitive process. Until this condition false, these statements will be executed. If this condition is false, then control comes to out of this for loop. This is the closing bracket of this particular for loop. So out of this for loop, then if any statements present in this particular block, then those statements will be executed. After that, control comes to this incrementation, outer for loop incrementation. After this incrementation, control comes to this condition. If this condition is true, again same process will be repeated. If this condition is true, same process. Statements executed, initialization, again condition, next statements, next incrementation until this condition to false. Okay. Finally, if this condition is false, the condition 1 is false, then control comes to outside of this main for loop. Okay, then remaining program will be executed. This is called nested for loop. If you want to find out anything present within the range, you have to use this type of loops, for loops. Okay, now let us move to the editor to write the program. Open this editor, go to file menu, take new file, then press tab key, then write your program. Now I want to write a title for this program. Title means comment, heading, prime numbers within the range. Now see, in C programs, variable declaration must be at first line of any function. Here main is a function, void main, bracket open, then declare your variables at first line of this main function. Remember this, in C language, variable declaration must be at first line of the function. But in C++, we can declare variables anywhere before usage. One of the differences in between C and C++. Okay. Here, int n1, n2. n1 is for starting value and n2 is for ending value. These variable names are your wish, but you should follow identifier rules. n1 and n2, comma. I want to use two for loops. For those for loops, looping variables are necessary. So I is outer for loop variable and j is inner for loop variable. And we have to count number of factors for each and every number. If number of factors are only 2, then that particular number is a prime number, then you have to print that particular number. So to find number of factors, I want to take NF. NF is for number of factors. If I need any particular variable at the middle of this program, then declaration must be at this line only. In that time, again I came to this particular block and I can declare that one. Clear screen. Then pass a message to the user, printf, enter, starting and ending values. Then to read those values, scanf, format specifier, %d, for another number again %d, comma, ampersand n1, comma, ampersand n2. Now for I is equal to n1. Initially n1 value limit 1 means starting value is assigned to I, particular variable I, semicolon. Then I is less than or equal to n2. This is a limit 1 and this is a limit 2. We have to start from n1 and we have to check each and every number up to n2. So I is equal to n1 and I is less than or equal to n2, then I plus plus. We have to increment one by one. I plus plus means I is equal to I plus 1. I will be incremented only 1 unit. Then bracket open. Here inner for loop for j is equal to 1. To find any number is a prime or not, we have to find out a number of factors. Factors starting from 1. So j is equal to 1. Then j is less than or equal to up to that particular number. That particular number means, for suppose initially take n1. n1 is already assigned to which variable? I variable. So j is less than or equal to I. Then we have to increment by 1 unit. J plus plus means here 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up to that particular number I. Okay. Then enter bracket open. If I modulo j equal to 0. If I modulo j means here, if I is completely divisible by j means remainder is 0, then j is a factor of this particular I. So bracket open. Then we have to increment nf. Nf is for number of factors. Incrementation only once. Nf plus plus. Nf equal to nf plus 1. What is the meaning of this one? Nf is equal to nf plus 1. This is the meaning. I have entered in comment section. Okay, nf equal to nf plus 1. Bracket close. Here, what is the initial value of this particular nf? We don't know. It has a garbage value. If you want to use incrementation operator for any particular variable, first of all, you have to assign some value to that variable. I want to increment from 0. 0 plus plus means 1. 1 plus plus means 2. So, you have to assign 0 to this particular nf. I want to assign that 0 in this area. I will explain later about this. Nf equal to 0. Initially, number of factors are 0. If this condition is true, then only this nf will be incremented. Okay. If bracket closing. Next for loop closing. Okay. Then again I want to use if nf equal to 2, number of factors are 2, then printf that particular number /n %d comma which is a prime. Here I value is a prime, so I. Here main for loop bracket close, then write get ch main closing bracket. Now see, save this program. Primes, Alt F9 for compilation, no warnings, no errors. Control F9. Enter starting and ending values. Starting value is 1 and ending value is 10. 2, 3, 5, 7. But in the question, in the area of output, we have to display a sentence that is prime numbers from 1 to 10. I want to add that statement. So before starting for loop, write that sentence printf prime numbers from %d to %d are. Otherwise, use a colon. Whatever you want to print at result screen, write that thing here. Comma. At first %d position, write the value present in n1, and at second %d position, write the value present in n2. Now see, Alt F9, Control F9, 1 and 10. Prime numbers from 1 to 10 are. Again, execution 1 to 20. See, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. Suppose 1 to 100. See, list of prime numbers from 1 to 100. Now I want to display total number of primes present within this range. Total number of primes. So here to find out the total number of primes, I want another variable. So here comma total. For suppose TOT for total. Initially, we don't know total value 0. I want to increment this total. That's why initialize it to 0. Total equal to 0. Then here, if this printf prints this I value, then we got one prime number. Yes or no? Okay. Now enter. Here increment that total value TOT plus plus. If this printf is displaying this I value, then we have to increment this total. So total plus plus. But here for this if condition, there are two statements. One is the printf and other one is total. So for these two statements, we have to use brackets. If there is only one statement, no need to use these curly brackets. But if there are more than one statements, then we have to use these curly brackets. Otherwise, it takes only one statement related to this particular condition. Okay. Now see, whenever this condition is true, nf equal to 2, it prints I value, then total will be incremented. After counting this total, we have to print at out of for loop. Okay. Don't write final value printing statement within loops. If you write those statements within loops, it will be printing number of times. So a final value, if you want to display any final value, write that particular statement out of for loops. So here printf total %d comma, where is total? In the variable TOT. Now see, Alt F9, Control F9. So 1 to 10. Number of factors, total 4. Again Control F9, 1 to 100. From 1 to 100, how many prime numbers present? 25. But suppose 1 to 150. 35. 1 to 125 and 1 not to 1 to 150. How many numbers? 10 prime numbers. Total 35. We can execute by giving different inputs. Now see dry run for this particular program. Initially N1 and N2. Here N1 value is 1 and N2 value is a 5. Then here I value and I is less than or equal to N2, and next J value and J is less than or equal to I, then I modulo J NF. Now see, initially I value N1 value is assigned to I, so 1. And here 1 is less than or equal to, what is the N2 value? 5. 1 is less than 5, condition true. If this condition is true, then control comes to here. NF value is 0. Now J value is 1. J equal to 1. Then 1 is less than or equal to I value is also 1. 1 equal to 1, condition true. I modulo J 1 modulo 1 equal to 0, condition true. So NF will be incremented. Now NF value is 1. After this, control comes to J++. Now J value is 2. J++ means 1 plus 1, 2. Here 2 is less than or equal to 1, condition will be checking. Condition is false. If this condition is false, control coming to out of this for loop, means here for this particular statement, if NF equal to 2, no, this is false. NF is not 2, that is only 1. So this condition is also false. Now control comes to out of this if block. Then now I will be incremented. I value is 2. See, now I incremented. Outer for loop variable incremented, I value is 2. Up to here, logic is to check this particular 1 is a prime or not. Now the value is 2. Now we are checking this 2 is prime or not. So after incrementation, it checks this condition. I value is 2 is less than or equal to n2 is a 5. 2 is less than 5, condition true. Again nf value is 0. This is very, very important here. Okay, nf value is 0, very important. Nf equal to 0. Again 0 is assigned to this number of factors, because we have to check a number of factors for this particular number. Again, if you did not use this statement nf equal to 0, nf value is 1. Now nf will be 2, again 3, 4. Okay, that is wrong. We have to increment this number of factors variable again from starting for each and every value. Here this is new value 2. So nf equal to 0. Now j is equal to 1 and j is less than or equal to I. 1 is less than or equal to 2. 1 is less than 2, condition true. Here I value is 2 and modulo j value is 1. 2 modulo 1 equal to 0, condition true. True means here nf value will be incremented. Initially 0, then incremented, now 1. Next j will be incremented. Now j value is 2. 2 is less than or equal to 2. Then 2 modulo 2 equal to 0. Again condition true. Nf value will be incremented. Now nf value is 2. After that j will be incremented. Now j value is 3. 3 is less than or equal to 2. Again here checking this condition. Condition false. Now nf equal to 2. This condition is true. So it prints I value at result screen. What is the I value now? 2. At output screen it prints 2. And here total plus means here initially total value is 0. Now after printing this 2 number at output, total value will be incremented. Now total value is 1. Okay. After that this I value incremented. Now I value is 3. So again same steps repeated for this 3. Okay. Again for 4. For suppose take 4. I value is 4 and j value 1, 2, 3, 4. We will get nf value is 3. So more than 2. Here nf equal to 2 condition is false for this particular number 4. It will not print 4 at result screen. Okay, like that. This is a dry run for your particular program. After completion of execution of this 1 to 5, 1 is not a prime number, 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 4 is not a prime number, 5 is a prime number. So at result screen it prints what are the numbers? 2, 3, 5. Total how many numbers? 3. In this particular variable there is a final value 3. Finally display this particular 3 at out of for loops. Printf slash and total percentage. The value present in this total will be present here, percentage position. So total equal to 3. This is the program. Now trace this program. Shortcut key is F7. Every C program execution starts from main function. Memory is allocated for all these variables. It clears the screen. Enter starting and ending values. Enter 2 numbers. Those numbers will be placed in N1 and N2. I want to explain this by giving 1 to 5 only. 1 and 5. Prime numbers from %d to %d means N1 value is placed at first %d place and N2 value displayed at second %d place. % is a format specifier. F7. Main for loop starting. First of all, initialization is done. After that, it checks condition. If this condition is true, control goes to next statement. Next C. NF value is 0. Now inner for loop, J value is 1. 1 is less than or equal to 1. Initially, I value is 1. So J value is also 1. 1 equal to 1, condition true. So control goes to if condition. I modulo J means 1 modulo 1 equal to 0, condition true. Now number of factors value is 1. Next J plus plus is done and J plus plus means J value is 2. 2 is less than or equal to 1, condition false. That's why control comes to this if condition. nf equal to 2, this condition is false because nf value is only 1 for the number 1. So control again goes to outer for loop condition. I value is 2. 2 is less than or equal to 5. Condition true, like that. It will be executed like that. Explained very clearly this execution in the dry run. See this output. 1 to 5, 2, 3 and 5. Total number of prime numbers are 3. I hope you understand each and every point in this particular program. Don't by heart anything. Try yourself. First listen this program. Try to understand each and every point. After that go to editor. Try to yourself. Then compile and execute. If any errors are there, rectify those errors. Then finally get the output. If you do like this, you will not forget this program in your lifetime. This is very important in programming. You have to try yourself. Don't by heart anything. Don't depend upon anyone. Learn one by one, step by step. I hope you enjoyed in the learning of this particular program. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. If you like the way of explanation, please hit the like button and share to your friends. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.